Hello and welcome to Lantern Sports Now, your source on all things Ohio State athletics. I'm Ryan Velasquez, the Assistant Sports Director.
And I'm Aaliyah Jackson, the Sports Director. Let's take a look at the biggest Ohio State matchups from last week.
The Ohio State men's basketball team defeated the Penn State Nittany Lions for the first time in the Chris Holtmann era 74-70 Thursday night. The Buckeyes started the game out slow, allowing an 8-2 Penn State lead before going on to a 21-0 run in the first half. Freshman guard Luther Muhammad gave the Ohio State 7 of the 21 points during the run and finished the game with the team leading 20 points. Sophomore forward Kyle Young helped ignite Ohio State's momentum after being out the past 4 games with a stress fracture in his lower left leg against Maryland. Young played a more than expected 25 minutes and recorded 6 points. Teammate Andre Weston shared his excitement after having Young back after the game.
He just started this week, and when he said he was playing, I was like, you're playing? But, yeah, he came in, didn't miss a beat. He was still out there doing his job, rebounding, being another key part of our defense with blocking shots and everything, so it was good to see.
Things started to heat up in the second half as sophomore forward Caleb Wesson fouled out with 1:45 on the clock. The defensive play by the Nittany Lions, especially senior guard Josh Reeves, gave Penn State a 70-69 lead with a minute 32 left to play in the game. Ohio State head coach Chris Holtmann said he himself did not anticipate the full court press Penn State presented being much of a factor as it was on Thursday night.
I did not feel like we handled it very well, and I take responsibility for that. I take responsibility. I just didn't think that it's on me. We prepared for so much with these guys because of how they have how they've hurt us in the past. I watched every one of their league games. I just didn't have our guys ready enough for the press because I didn't anticipate it being that much of a factor. It's my fault. So we got to get better with it.
Despite Penn State's best efforts, a layup by Young, basket by Wesson, and 2 successful field goals attempts from senior guard C.J. Jackson sealed in the Buckeyes' 5th conference win. The Buckeyes won 55-52 in a close game at Indiana Sunday and play the Illinois Fighting Illini at home Thursday at 7.
The Ohio State wrestling team dropped its second duel of the season to top-ranked Penn State in a 29-8 blowout loss on Friday. The loss puts Ohio State at 9-2 in the season and 5-2 in conference, while the Nittany Lions improved to a perfect 11-0, including a 7-0 record in the Big Ten. 2 upset losses put the Buckeyes behind early after a close 2-1 tie-breaking loss by 6th-ranked 103-pound Luke Pletcher and a 7-6 decision loss by 2nd-ranked senior Joey McKenna in the 141-pound bout. Despite the unexpected losses, head coach Tom Ryan still has confidence in the 2 wrestlers moving forward.
We're excited about what's ahead for Joe. Joe will put this behind him and be ready to go next weekend. So will Luke. But those 2 are 2 we had to have.
Top-ranked 184-pounder Miles Martin was one of the few bright spots for Ohio State on the night with an 18-6 major decision win. The win for Martin keeps him undefeated on the season. Freshman Malik Heiselman and redshirt senior Michael Jordan had the only other Buckeye victories, with Heiselman notching a win in the 125 contest and Jordan winning at 149 pounds. The Nittany Lions dominated Ohio State most of the night, notching 3 major decision wins, 1 tech fall, and 1 pin. The Buckeyes will look to bounce back in their next duel at Purdue on Friday at 7.
This week is another busy week for Ohio State athletics, with the men's tennis team taking on Southern Cal Tuesday and the men's ice hockey team hosting a duel with Minnesota on Friday and Saturday night. Men's and women's track, as well as men's and women's swim and dive teams, have their winter invitationals in Columbus this week, and women's basketball faces Wisconsin in a Big Ten matchup on Sunday at 2.
That's all we have for you this week on Lantern Sports Now. Be sure to follow The Lantern and Lantern TV for all your Buckeye sports coverage on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for our uploads so you never miss another video. For Ryan Velasquez, I'm Aaliyah Jackson, and thanks for watching this week's episode of The Lantern Sports Now. We'll see you back here next week.